The DA's Helen Zille will open the party's 5th Federal Congress with a keynote address in Boksburg on Gauteng's East Rand this morning. And further public hearings to determine a new minimum wage for farm workers will be held in KZN today. I'm Richard Brooks. DA leader Helen Zille will open the party's 5th Federal Congress with a keynote address in Boksburg on Gauteng's East Rand this morning. Meanwhile, COPE's leader Mosiwa Lekota says his party will be watching the DA's Federal Congress with interest. Lekota, who has wished the DA a successful Congress, says he's confident relations between the two parties will remain strong.
Relations between the two parties having improved significantly in the last year. In particular, the collaboration between the two parties on matters of common concern, and we shall be watching developments in their conference with interest. Among other things, we are aware that they will be dealing with the question of the election of leaders, and it's encouraging that some of the people that have been in the leadership seem set to remain in place, which means that there is hope that our cooperation will continue, if not on the same level, but that it might even improve better.
PAC leader Letlapa Mphahlele says his party will never be able to form any coalition with the DA because of the party's stance on the land issue. Mphahlele has also wished the DA a successful Congress. He says while his party shares common concerns of national importance with the DA, such as issues of crime and corruption, the land question remains critical to the PAC.
We appreciate their good administration, sound administration in the Western Cape and in the municipalities where they run in terms of the accounting and accountability. But of course, that cannot be the same with Midvaal, where African people, a lot of them, and I know a lot of them personally, who have lost their property at the hands of DA councillors. So that perception is still strong, that the DA is there to defend the status quo, and the status quo it simply means the defense of the white privilege and property.
Further public hearings to determine a new minimum wage for farm workers will be held in KZN today. The hearing will be hosted by the Labour Department. Public hearings to determine a new minimum wage for farm workers are expected to be completed on the 13th of next month in Gauteng. Yesterday, hearings were completed at Worcester in the Boland. Farm workers in the Western Cape have warned of more strikes if their demand for pay of 150 Rand per day was not met by the 4th of next month. The department's Nkosi Nati Nhleko.
We do hear that Labour had put across a deadline or an ultimatum of the 4th and so forth. Whether that's realistic, I think that entirely depends on the question of the negotiations between the two parties.
Traffic authorities across the country have launched their road safety campaigns ahead of the holidays. They've sent out a warning to road offenders to obey the rules of the road or face the full might of the law. Last year, the December-January death toll reached 1,472. Gauteng's MEC for Community Safety, Faith Mazibuko, says lawlessness will not be tolerated in Gauteng.
You dare go above the speed limit in Gauteng, you must know Asipenywa will arrest you on the spot.